Good morning. Let's see here. My mic is working. And I have a story to tell you. I was thinking about sharing Alice's poem that she shared this morning. It's not her poem, but it was a really good share. I did share it on my timeline. So just want to make sure everything's working. Yep. Okay. Oh, what kind of coffee you got today? Good morning. Good morning, Alice. I loved that poem. I was actually thinking about reading it, but then I had another story to tell too. So I loved it. That is a great poem. Great poem. Guys, go to my timeline or go see Alice's timeline and see that poem because it was really, really good. Instagram, that's on Facebook. So, hot black coffee. I have vanilla today because, well, I buy a batch of coffee and I drink the same flavor every day. So, good morning, Terry. It is early. Are you on Central or Eastern? It is 7:05 Eastern right now. So yes, it is early, and I love a good cup of strong coffee. So, it is an amazing poem. You got to read it, and you got to take the time to read it. You know what I mean? Don't just skim it. Read it. You ever look? Yeah, that's the same as me. I have a sister that lives in Tennessee, so not too far. If I ever go see her, I'll have to come see you too. That would be fun. Anyway, so here's what popped into my head just like 5 minutes ago after reading. I read Alice's poem, which was a Charlie Chaplin poem. I guess you could Google it. I'm sure you could Google it, right? Let me see what she said here. Yeah. I never knew that. I never knew he was so deep. Never knew that. I did find, when I first started posting a lot in this home business thing, I used to search for all kinds of quotes, right? And I did find Charlie Chaplin quotes among them, and I didn't go look, but I was curious. It's like, why do I keep seeing those kinds of things? And I'm like, I didn't know he was so deep. So I want to talk about love. Networking is love. And that is something that Diane said in her Deep Abyss on one of them. I don't remember which one, but it struck me because in this industry, a lot of times we just go around cold messaging, sending links, spamming people, and it feels kind of robotic, right? But what if we put some feeling behind it and loved on some people? It's a different game. And I want to read this little fable, or maybe I'll just tell you the general story. I don't know. You want me to read it? It's written by, I can't even read the name, Madhu Berry or something like that. And I found it on an Aesop's Fable page, okay? But I also heard it in another book before. I think it was, I don't remember. Never mind. Anyway, you might have heard it before too. So there once was an argument. Excuse me, this is making a lot of noise. There once was an argument between the wind and the sun about who was stronger. They argued for a long time, but neither one of them was going to budge. I'm kind of paraphrasing. It wasn't too long before they spotted a man walking along the road. And looking at the man who was wearing a coat, they came up with an idea. They challenged each other to get the man to remove his coat. And that would determine who was the strongest. So the wind volunteered to go first, and it began to blow hard, raising gusts of air and making it harder and harder for the man to step further. But the man clutched his coat tight around him and resumed walking with great difficulty. The more the wind blew, harder and harder, the more the man clutched the coat tighter to himself. And finally, the wind, exhausted, gave up. His efforts had been futile. During this whole time, the sun had gone behind a cloud. So the sun came out from behind the cloud, and the sun looked at the man and gently shone on the man. The man looked up at the sky, surprised at the weather change. And the sun didn't spend much energy, it just gently shone on him. And soon the man was huffing and puffing and sweating. So, unable to bear the heat, he took his coat off. So, the sun proved to be stronger with its gentle ways. And the whole point of the fable, right, is that love, the power of love, is stronger than any kind of force. So, and I like to compare it to us chasing people down and trying to convince them. It feels forceful, right? So if we equate networking to love and maybe shining on people gently, going with the flow, Diane likes to call it, going with the flow. I had a conversation the other day with someone, and I gotta admit, for the first time, it felt easy. Because I didn't have an agenda. I was just talking. And we struck up a chord. We had something in common. And my only goal now in talking to people is to gather their emails, right? Get them on my list so that we can stay in touch, right? So by the end of the conversation, she just gave me her email. I didn't even really ask for it. I mentioned, but she just gave it to me and said, put me on your newsletter. So it was magical. Shine your light today and be the American dream. That's my message today. Quick and short, right? What time is it? Yeah, we're short today. Terry, I shared it on my page too, and it's on Allison's page. Alice's page, not Allison. Anyway, you too, darling. Enjoy your day, and you know what? Love you guys. Get some free stuff over here, and I'll see you later. I don't know if I'll be here on tomorrow or not. Yes, it is a cool story. I thought so. Because the more we forcefully try to, even with our opinions, okay? And people are very opinionated these days. And they try to force when you try to force, the more you try to force something on someone, the more they're going to become defensive and push you away. And yeah, I mean, how many times have people messaged me and I blocked them because they were being way too forceful? Not my kind of people. Anyway, the more you try to force people, the more they're going to fight it. But here's something else you can take with you. If you make it their idea and let them do the talking, in other words, they'll come to their own conclusions. And if the conclusions aren't the same as yours, well, no big deal, right? Let them go. Okay. Make it a great day. I will see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Possibly. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, I might be here. We'll see. But get in my newsletter. I'll make sure I let you know. I did not let my newsletter know last night because I wrote a different letter. But anyway, if you missed it, we had a good Wednesday webinar too. We did. So make it a great day. And if you want that story, just look it up. It is The Wind and the Sun. And if you want that poem, look it up. It's Charlie Chaplin. And Alice believes he wrote it around when he was 70 or something like that. Or look on my timeline on Facebook. Love ya. See you later.